Hey guys, today we're going to start talking about volumes of cylinders, and remember the cylinder is cans, perfume bottles, shapes like that, have a round base and a round top. Those are considered cylinders. Alright, go ahead and title this volume of cylinders, and your essential question is how can you find the volume of a cylinder? Remember, to find the volume of anything that is the same shape continuously, like this, it has the same base of a circle continuously, you do the area of the base, that's what that capital B stands for, area of the base times the height of the cylinder. Okay, how do you find the area? The base of a cylinder is always a circle. The area of a circle, so I'm going to put circle A, is equal to pi r squared. All right, this goes in with our, what is the inverse operation of squaring, idea that we're trying to still understand. So let's go ahead and get started with some examples. All right, last week we learned that pi is an irrational number, and that an irrational number times a rational, like the height and the radius are rational numbers, is going to yield an irrational number. So all of our answers are going to be irrational, crazy, and we are going to have to round them to the nearest tenth. Remember, that's that first decimal place. So let's go ahead and start with number one. Number one, the volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. Area of the base is pi r squared. So the volume of this cylinder is pi r squared times the height. All we got to do now is fill in the information we know and solve for the volume. So pi times 4 is the radius squared times 15 is the height. All right, so I'm going to save pi to the very end because, again, it's this irrational number, crazy, no pattern. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, pi times 16 times 15. All right, I'm going to do 16 times 15 next, and that is 240. So 240 pi is what the volume is exactly, but we want to round to the tenth, so I'm going to multiply by 3.14, and I'm going to get the approximation of 753.6 feet. Volume is measured with cubes. Okay. All right. If you got within reason of 753, I'm usually okay with it. Without reason, I'm not going to be okay with your answer. So be careful. All right, that's how we find the volume of a cylinder. Now let's go ahead and look into when we have to solve for a missing variable, such as the height. First, we're going to have to look at our formula. This is all we know about cylinders, is that volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. The area of the base is pi r squared, and we're going to multiply that by the height. So what do we know, and what can we fill in? Okay, yes, we know the volume, so I'm going to plug in V for the volume. 176 equals pi times, we know the diameter, which we therefore know the radius. The radius is half of the diameter, so this is 4. 4 squared, and we don't know the height, so we're going to leave the height as h, and we're going to solve for h. So we have a variable, we have an equal sign, and we're trying to get h by itself, so we're going to go through PC, SAD, me, and we're definitely going to have to talk about this exponents because we have 4 squared, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to complete all the operations on each side to simplify what's going on, meaning 176 equals 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 pi times h is how I'm going to leave this. Don't want to make 16 times pi an irrational number yet because it's going to be crazy. All right, so how do we undo this multiplication of times 16 pi? We divide by 16 pi, divide by 16 pi. Okay, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to use a calculator for sure, and I'm going to have to end up approximating this. So 16 times pi, 3.14, is approximately 50.24. Okay, remember that 4 makes that 2 stay a 2. So now I'm going to do 176 divided by 50.2, and I will get approximately 3.50, and that 0 at this end makes that 5 stay the same. So 3.5 centimeters. Okay, shouldn't be that bad. Let's go into another example. All right, our last 3 examples I want you to try on your own. When you're ready to go over your answers, go ahead and resume, and let's see how well you did. All right, thanks for pausing your video. For number 1, you should have gotten 8 pi. And remember, 4 is in reference to the diameter, so take half of it, and it's 2 is the radius. Okay, 4 pi, and that approximately equals to the 10th is 25.1. Remember, I'll take it within reason. Okay, if you get 26, not within reason. If you just got 25, that's within reason. All right, number 2, you should have gotten 45 pi. Okay, and 45 pi is approximately 141.4 feet cubed. Oh, sorry, this was centimeters cubed. All right, within reason. All right, now we're going to find the volume of the baked beans, and we should have gotten that it's 81 divided by 8 pi, which approximately equals 32 inches cubed. All right, go ahead and answer your essential question and go take that checkpoint.